Okay, I've got 5 minutes after 3 o'clock on Sunday, September the 15th. And it's a pretty nice Sunday afternoon. In the middle of September, it's a bit warm. I think most people would consider this to be a bit warm, or certainly warmer than the days that they're looking for September. My current 20 is mobile. I'm mobile on the old Kentucky Road in Cookeville, Tennessee. Just got off of the slightly less super slab there at 111. And I'm making the turn onto Broad Street. And this is a reconnaissance run, I guess you could say. Or that's what I'm calling it anyway. It's a reconnaissance run. It is a reconnaissance run because I have heard of an activity that is taking place this evening in this vicinity. And it's going to be taking place here in a few hours. Not far from here. And I'm wondering if there may be some things going on in this vicinity as of now, possible in preparation for this event. And it looks quite nice. I'm passing a golf course called Bell Acres. And this is the venue that is going to host this event. And nothing. Apart from, I'm guessing, the cars of the folks who are shooting golf on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what time this event is supposed to take place, but anyway, I didn't see anything of particular out of the ordinary, which is, I suppose, okay. But then again, like I said, it is just 5 minutes after 3, and it's going to be a little while before this event takes place. Now hold on just a couple of minutes here, and I'll show you a little something. Alright, now we've gotten more into Cookeville proper, or downtown Cookeville proper. Definitely Old Town Cookeville. And of course, coming up on the right here is our local library here, the Putnam County Library. And the Putnam County Library is a neat place. It's a neat place. I have a card there. But there is a very interesting thing that the library has done within the last several years, and it's a very interesting thing. Believe it or not, this little town beat the Nash, as in Nashville. If I remember my history correctly, this little town had a drag queen story time before they even had one in the Nash in Nashville. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. If I am wrong, then I'm wrong, and oh well. But anyway, this town has hosted drag queen story time. I say they slipped one in, but word got out about it, and then they scheduled another one, and the uproar was so huge that what happened was that they decided to move it to a different venue. And also you also had to register for the event. So you couldn't just simply show up and expect to get inside. Now I'm turning around here because when it comes to this, here's another interesting place when it comes to this type of entertainment. See, this place here used to be the home of a brew pub. A brew pub. In fact, in the red building there, they had brewing equipment. They had a brewing setup, just all nice and neat and all that. And the green building was the location of their tap room. Well, they decided to host a lunch event, a drag me to lunch event. And there was just this tremendous uproar over this thing. Meanwhile, across the street here is an institution for our city here, Ralph's Donut Shop. And there was a protest that was staged here. And the problem with this protest was that, these weren't, Christian people who were doing a pray-in, kneel-in, but they were Nazis. They were neo-Nazis, and they were protesting this event. And and I was not here personally for this, but it's what happened, and it was an incredibly crazy event. It was just absolutely demented, and just and of course, not to be tolerated. Definitely not to be tolerated. Excuse me. Now the drag lunch event had a tremendous impact on the business in that section. Now, like I said, that location that we flipped around at was the location of a brew pub. Well, it's not a brew pub anymore. It is a healthy grocer now, or at least the building where their brew works were located is a grocer. However, while the brew pub was there, there was a bakery that spawned there, and it was supposed to be a symbiotic relationship between the brewery and the bakery, because the brewery could then turn over used grain to the baker to be ground up and to be used to make bread. And it was supposed to be, like I said, a symbiotic relationship. But unfortunately, the owners of the property where the brew pub was located, and here's a sad story right here. This is the Ocha restaurant. If you follow me on the Facebook machine, you've seen and heard me rant about that place. And it was a favorite place, but it's been closed. The sign in the window say closed for now. But the absence of a sign, of a big lit sign on a pole on the road, well, that kind of hints at closed for good. Closed for good. But anyway, that's another tragedy. But getting back to the tragedy that I was talking about earlier, the owners of the building where the brew pub was located, they terminated their lease. they kicked him out. And so now the brew pub is gone. Now, and in a way that's sad. Now, I say in a way that's sad, because, you know, if you're like a lot of people who rise up and complain about a drag performance, then the chances are better than average you're not too keen on the alcohol business either. And if you're not too keen on the alcohol business, then you're probably not overly tore up over the failure of a brew pub business. But like I said, that's if you're the type of people that would protest a drag show, drag entertainment. But as far as this town is concerned, it was bad. It was it was bad that this brew pub has folded, or at least it has, or at least it's doing. I'd say they're still brewing beer, but as far as a tap room, I don't know where it's located, unless it's located somewhere else, and that's kind of sad, because that is exactly the kind of business that this town is really wanting to succeed, because they love this kind of stuff. I can tell you a story, and am kind of sort of planning on it, about the story of many years ago, what this town went through to vote in liquor by the drink. And it was a very interesting struggle indeed. It's quite a story. It's quite a story. So, and for now, to get you up to speed, when it comes to what I call the hat trick of legal alcohol sales, they've got it. They have it now. That was interesting. I did not think that lane was meant to do that. I thought that lane was meant to go right. Oh well. The stuff you learn. Oh man. But anyway, like I said, this town, when it has definitely been interested in liquor, and it's been interested in legal liquor for a long time. And finally, in the 1990s, they scored the first of what I call the hat trick, or at least it's a hat trick that now exists in the state of Tennessee. And that first hat trick was liquor by the drink. And the interesting thing about that was, for some strange reason, I'm under the impression that before you could have liquor by the drink, you had to have packaged liquor sales in your municipality for some length of time. I was under the impression that that was the law. And Cookeville did not have legal liquor during the 1990s. In fact, Cookeville has only had legal liquor for a decade, give or take a year or two or three. So as far as the chicken and the egg question about liquor by the drink and packaged liquor, well, the chicken, which came first, obviously, was liquor by the drink, while packaged liquor followed later. And I believe, and at least we're undergoing construction here. This is 10th Street in Cookeville, working our way to Allgood. For many years, this has been a two-lane road. or eventually turning into a very narrow 2-lane road with the middle lane. Well, now we are bringing forth a righteous middle lane, and of course, growing pains. And the third part of the hat trick is wine and grocery stores. Now, wine and grocery stores is the new kid on the block when it comes to the liquor hat trick, and they got that. So ding, 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 Cookeville now has all three. And so, like I said, they're very highly interested in liquor. They're very highly interested in alcohol. And like I said, when this brew pub closed, they've got to hated that. Because, like I said, that is exactly the type of business that they want to see succeed. But nevertheless, they did what they did. They sponsored, they hosted this event, and as a result of hosting this event, they created an uproar. They created a major league uproar, and as a result of the uproar, they wound up losing their business. Now, in case you haven't figured it out, that's a nightmare. Your car's dead in the middle of the road. Definitely a nightmare indeed. So hopefully they're going to be okay. So anyway, in case you can't figure it out, and if you can't figure it out, I don't know what to say about you. But anyway, the area that I was reconnoitering is the home of a business that is hosting a drag type of event tonight. And it is supposed to be an electioneering kind of thing. The plan is to get out the vote, to boost voter registration. And of course, the specific mention is for the individual who's running for the Tennessee State House in this district, which is comprised of this whole county. Now, like I said, we passed by just a few minutes ago, and it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's no sign of any uproar just yet. And that's fine. And I'd say, if as word's gotten out, I can't help but think that what's probably going to happen is I fully expect a very similar thing. A very similar thing to what happened the last time. There's going to be some sort of an uproar. I'm not saying there's violence. I'm not making a call for violence. Not making no calls for such thing. Or I guess we could say no calls for any such thing in the physical realm. Now, of course, the people who object to such things, they tell you, well, this is war. This is war. This is spiritual war. And it is. But like I said, when the brew pub did their thing, it drew a very unseemly crowd. A very unseemly crowd, the likes of which very precious few, if any people, would really want to see return to this place. Our good little town. Our precious little town. Our beautiful, fine, beautiful town, where people come, they go to school here, and they don't want to leave. We don't want to see that kind of stuff happening in here. But I don't know about you, but I'm a little afraid that there might be a similar reaction now that word's gotten out. I'll tell you something else. On my way here, I was passed by 3 people on bikes, and they were wearing what you might call MC types of gear. You had 2 of them. 2 of them looked like they were full patch, and one guy who the Hollywood would call prospect, but they used a different terminology. They used probate. I kind of wondered if maybe they were headed there. They may very well be. I don't know. All I know is this. They did not take the exit off of this road that I took to get where I was going in that neighborhood. So, who knows? They probably have other fish to fry, and hopefully they'll be okay on the road. But like I said, you just never can tell. It's very highly unpopular with a lot of people. And the last time somebody tried this, there was a very big reaction. A very big reaction among unsavory types, and also a bit of reaction among people who were, well, economically powered. So, and of course, you know, as I've seen people sharing the information of tonight's event on the social media, the Facebook machine, you know, you can't help but see a lot of people. I saw one person posted, "We had dinner there last night. If I had known they were going to do this, I wouldn't have gone." As well as others that say, "I ain't ever going," all that. So, this could be an almost suicide pill for your business. So, I don't know. How smart of a business idea is it to do such a thing? How smart is it, really? Well, we're on 111. We are out of our budding little city of the plain. Oh, dear Lord. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to do. I just got this crazy hair within me to hop here and do a little bit of photo reconnaissance to see if there was something shaking. And as of 3:30, apparently nothing is. But I'm definitely not expecting that to remain the case as the hours draw on. But anyway, thanks for riding along with me. I hope I didn't bore you. Maybe we entertained you a little bit. So, anyway, you make it a good day as best as you can, wherever you are. And we'll catch you again sometime.